flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James. And this is what the game is in. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. STRO. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. You will never know, you ain't never tried, work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hey yo, I need that, big chips, man, I need that, hustle hard, on the job, you can see that, on my head is real good, we don't need your feedback, they clear the way with my crew coming through, what I do, lace up the shoes, chase W's, what I do, lace up the shoes, chase W's, now what I do, lace up the shoes, chase W's, yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news,
what I do, lace up my shoes, chase W's, great colored coops, no, I can't be number 2, MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice, talking trophies, I didn't grab the few, can't match this attitude, I wear my heart on my sleeve, please, I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze, stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason, we seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up, forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up, what you wanna be when you grow up, they used to ask me, naturally I chose an athlete, competition never matched me, we ain't go together, like camouflage and polka dots, focus on your position, just know your spot, sure don't stop, it's a long season, they planning on winning for the wrong reasons, trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us, I figured out the recipe, never let opponents get the best of me, I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that, big chips, man, I need that, hustle hard, on the job, you can see that, on my head is real good, we don't need your feedback, they clear the way with my crew coming through, what I do, lace up the shoes, chase W's, what I do, lace up the shoes, chase W's, now what I do, lace up the shoes, chase W's, yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit Someone tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was up. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the sign of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on the set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head.
All right, Coach, from the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready up. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Watch the curve. Shoot.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, they go option to the right. Here's Lindsey. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the open.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Good play there to step in and knock that one away by Chris Harris.
Who said that he couldn't play in the NFL?
Not me.
Hey, not you. A lot of scouts did, a lot of people undrafted, and has turned himself into a Pro Bowl cornerback, one that really knows how to play the position.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Alexander able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot the last couple of games.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. After the turnover, here's Locke. That one into the hands of Hamilton. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll run the option right here on 1st down. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the 1st down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Drew Lock with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To the air. Allen And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
His guys take over first and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Block now on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
What you got? Give me some. Give me some.
Allen again here on second and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on third and long. On third and long, it's Allen. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He completes this to Sutton. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. On first down, they go option to the right. And I think the ball's out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
Set, ready? 60-yard. Hey, Haywood. Let's go.
On second down and 4. Block toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, and it's third and 4. The Broncos on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is third and 4. Now Locke to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
51's the mic. Exit. Go, Mike, 51, Mike. Alert! Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
To throw, it's Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 27. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come on, Hey, tight. Let's go.
Allen going to throw. And he finds Tyler Croft. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
56.
They run it from the gun with Yeldon. Yeldon fighting. He lost the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. A give, running right, Lindsey. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this third down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. On third down, here's Lindsey. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. To return is Roberts. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. He's got the first down here inside the 30, and he gets this one down to the 24. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Ready? Titans Ringo. Titans on the ring.
Go. Snap.
From the gun, it's Locke. Eluding the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They look to throw. It's Locke. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Hey, Mike, 34. Let's go. Staying open. Staying open. Hey, tight. 34's the mic. 34's the mic.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Lee Smith. Xavier Howard on recovery.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Bandit.
A final shot before half for Allen. Got him in. It's Brown. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And the grab by Croft. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Bills are certainly happy to have a healthy Tyler Croft. Remember, he had a season-ending foot injury last year with the Bengals in Week 5. So the Bills get him, and he re-injures that same foot in May in OTAs. But out there now and says he's feeling pretty good. A first down carry now for Yeldon. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Allen going to try and throw on third down. And able to find John Brown. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
Whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsey. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Lorenzo Alexander brings him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Locke's throw caught by Sutton, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Down. 8-3. 5.
On third down, it's Lindsey, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
Let's go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Watch the eye.
A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Right here, right here. Mike 34, Mike 34. Scoot, scoot, scoot.
Throwing is Allen on third. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quan Williams. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Check Mike 34.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and
10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away. The Bills send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up? And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
50, plant.
A quick throw going to be caught by Hamilton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs.
91,
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well-coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Allen now on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this...
Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Pull it together. 36, 36.
They'll try and punch it in with Yeldon. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Locke escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsay. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He finds Yeldon. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. To the air, Allen. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. And here's Allen throwing again. And the Broncos get there and take him down. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Chance. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Sound.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to let it fly. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Another run by Lindsey. There he goes right side. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will shave one more off this lead. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a give right side. It's Grant, and they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Broncos, they move back over 500 now at 6-5, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.